Welcome to our week number 4 Twitch live stream for my intro psych class. I see a bunch of you getting logged in and getting your names in the chat. Happy September. It is officially September. We are in the Burr months. It's September 3rd. I hope everyone is doing well and hanging in there as we get into almost the halfway point of our class that we have together. Before I keep going, can you all hear and see me okay? Can someone let me know in the chat? Give me a yes or a thumbs up. Is everything coming through all right on your end? It looks good on my end, but you never know. Okay, great. Thank you, Kaden. I appreciate it. Sophia, yes. Okay, great. Thank you so much, everyone. So we are, as I said, in week number 4. We're right here. So weeks 3 and 4 are where we are at the moment. Remember that everything from this week and last week is due by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So Sunday the 7th at 11:59 p.m. So we went over week 3 last week. So this week we will go over week number 4, which is where we are as of right now. So this week our topics are chapter 7 on memory and chapter 8 on cognition. We also have discussion 7 and 8. We have our second exam this week, and then of course the extra credit opportunity and the recording, all that kind of stuff. So we'll go through all of that together. Remember though, if you haven't done the stuff from week number 3, which we talked about last week on our live stream, don't forget to do all of that. Everything from weeks 3 and 4 due by this Sunday night. So as always, you want to do 3 things for each chapter, right? Read the chapter in the Psyched ebook, read through the lecture, and watch the lecture video. So all 3 things. Don't forget to click on any links that are in there, watch any videos that I give you. Hopefully everything together gives you like a good understanding and comprehension of the materials. So do those 3 things for chapter 7 and chapter 8. Let's take a look at the 2 discussions that we have this week together. So discussion number 7. Discussion 7 will be related to chapter 7 on memory, right? So you have your instructions up here at the top like always, followed by a video, followed by the prompt. And for this one, I think kind of fun, if you were taking this with me in person, you would have to memorize this 28-digit sequence of letters and numbers. But since we're doing this virtually, you get to talk about how you would memorize it. But you're going to watch my video right here. I'm going to give you a 28-digit sequence of letters and numbers. And if you needed to retain this 28-digit sequence and you had no way of writing it down, only could use your memory, how would you hold on to it for a matter of seconds? What would your strategy be? And how would you hold on to it for a matter of days? And what would your strategy be? And I put right here, there are several methods for encoding and retaining information in short-term and long-term memory. It really should be a different method for seconds versus days. And I want you to be really specific. So let's say you're going to hold on to it through chunking. Describe to me what chunking is and how you would chunk it. How would you physically actually break up the sequence to hold on to it? For several days, let's say you use elaborative rehearsal and you make a story. What is the story, right? So really give me all of the information telling me how you would physically and actually hold on to it, along with describing what the method you would use would be. The next question, describe in detail 2 specific strategies discussed in either the lecture or the text that you could use to help remember the content when studying for an exam. And then do you have any personal tips for memory you'd like to share? What are some strategies that you tend to use in your personal life to help you retain and hold on to important information? So 1, 2, 3 questions. Biggest one is definitely this one. Again, don't forget to elaborate. Give me the specifics of how you would hold on to it along with the methods. And then don't forget these ones as well, how you would hold on to information for exams, and some tips for memory that you use in your personal life. When you're ready, you'll hit reply, and then don't forget to also reply to a classmate. So a bunch of you have done this, like kind of showing how you would break it up, how you would create stories. I love that. That's amazing. And so don't forget to also reply to one of your classmates to get those 2 points of credit. Discussion number 8 is going to be related to cognition. And as always, once you open it, you'll have my instructions up here at the top, followed by my video. That feels like an old video. I should redo it. And then here is the prompt. So, in your own words, how would you define intelligence? You can give me a definition, you can describe attributes or behaviors or things that you associate with intelligent people, things that are like characteristic of intelligent people. What are some things that you can do to increase your intelligence? That's number two. And then number three is the biggest one here. The book and the lecture, I talked about three different characteristics that a test should have to be a good test of intelligence. What are those three characteristics or properties? And make sure that you explain each one of them. Make sure that you not only list, but really explain them. You could give me an example if that helps you to kind of describe it a little bit. But what are they? And elaborate, give me some more information. Show me that you understand how they relate to intelligence and a good test of intelligence. So don't forget to hit reply. And then, of course, you can reply to a classmate as soon as you have read through a couple of them and picked one that you want to reply to. Those are the two kind of normal things this week, discussion 7 and 8 like you would normally have. And then we do have our second exam since we're in an even week. Exam number 2 is just on everything from weeks 3 and 4. So it's chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8. And as always, you do have a study guide. So right here underneath it, if you click on this, it'll bring up study guide for exam number 2. So you can see this one's on chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8. And just like the first test, if it's on the study guide, it will be on the exam. If it's not on this page, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to prepare or study for it. You can let it go. But if it were me, and I mentioned this last time, I would write or type out all of these terms. And I'd have it in front of me as a point of reference. That way, during the exam, if you get to, let's say, algorithms and you don't remember what those are, you can reference your study guide instead of trying to look through the book and the lecture notes and the lecture video and use up some of that valuable test time. So really up to you. A lot of you did a beautiful job on exam number 1. If you got a good grade, study and prepare the same way here. But if you wish you had done a little bit better, you might consider really typing out or writing out the study guide, having it in front of you. Don't forget to study like you would for a traditional in-person exam so that you don't run out of time. Okay, so same kind of format and style as the first exam. You have roughly the same number of questions. You still have 75 minutes and 1 attempt. And I would really encourage you to make sure that you're ready and organized before you begin. A couple of things, right? As we get into September, we start getting wind, which sometimes gives us power outages. So just be mindful of not waiting till Sunday nights for taking the tests. It feels like the second you wait to the last minute, something goes wrong. It's like the law of the universe, right? Make sure you have 75 minutes to spare. You have a good quiet place to take the test. You have good internet. Just make sure you set yourself up for success and kind of all the conditions that you can control. Make sure that you've studied and prepared. Again, everything on here will be on the test, so make sure you know all of these terms. And then don't forget to save your answers before you hit submit and to watch the clock, right? Don't run out of time. Make sure you leave yourself plenty of time. Remember that the second you hit submit, you will get a score. It just won't come over to Canvas automatically. I will bring those over on Monday next week, but just as a reminder that they don't come over automatically, so don't panic if you don't see it on Canvas. Okay, so I hope you all do really well on the exam. Again, very straightforward. I will never trick you. So as long as you've studied and prepared with that study guide, hopefully you'll be in really, really good shape. I do have a couple of reminders for you, and then I'll give you the extra credit question. And of course, if you have any questions for me, this is a wonderful time to ask me since we're on here together live. The first one, don't forget to double check that subscription. They're good for 30 days. So some of you who subscribe for free, you might see that you lose the little football cake sometime in the next week. So just you can renew it very easily for 30 more days, and that should take you pretty close to the end of the class. Don't forget as well, I'm going to put this in the chat. If you're looking ahead, our next Twitch live stream will be on Wednesday, September 10th at 11:45 a.m. Okay, and that'll be week number 5. We'll be past the halfway point. At that point, I will go over some feedback from weeks 3 and 4. We'll talk about week number 5 and so on, kind of moving forward. Let me give you the extra credit question for today and show you how and where to answer that. Oops, I wrote it out and then I couldn't even copy it. There we go. So this is the week number 4. I'm going to put it in the chat. Week number 4 Twitch extra credit question. And hopefully this will be something that might like help you kind of reviewing for the exam and solidifying this information. What does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? What does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? And when you're ready to answer that, you'll go to Canvas. And since we're in week 4, you'll click on optional Twitch extra credit number 4 right here. And then up at the top, you can click on Start Assignment. And it brings up that text box where you can type your response. And when you're ready, hit Submit for your confetti burst and hot air balloons. Why not? So don't forget that this is worth 2 points. If you're watching this later as a recording, you can still do this if you are subscribed on Twitch. These points will definitely add up, so I'm glad a lot of you are taking advantage of them. I think that's fantastic. So if you haven't already, make sure you get everything from week 3 and 4 done by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. If you have any questions or thoughts or comments, this is a wonderful time to put them in the chat. I'd be happy to answer them or go over something if you're confused. Otherwise, kind of short and sweet, 15 minutes. You're welcome to take off at this point if you are feeling good and don't have any questions. Again, happy September. I hope all of you are hanging in there and doing well. We're almost halfway through the class at this point. So keep going. You're doing a great job. Good luck on the exam this week. And I will hang out for a little while here if you do have any questions for me. Again, this is a great opportunity to ask them live. Otherwise, thank you so much for those of you joining me. I'm going to put that here in the chat. Thank you. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful week and enjoy the month of September. I've been decorated for Halloween for like a month, but now it's officially like spooky season, right? It's definitely time to start decorating at this point, right? Thank you all so much. I'm gonna minimize my video so I'm not staring at myself, but I will hang out for a little bit if you do have any questions at all for me. Otherwise, have a wonderful week, and I'll hope to see you all next week for our next live stream. And I am still here, as I mentioned, if any of you do have any questions. All right, everyone, it looks like most of you have logged out, so I'm going to close this up so I can do the upload, download process. But have a wonderful week, and I'll hope to see you all next week.